I guess there's no tiptoeing around the bush here. I'm going to come out and say it. I don't like Splatoon 2. Now, before you immediately go and slap that thumbs down button, give me a chance to explain myself. I, for one reason or another, bought into the massive amount of hype surrounding Splatoon 2. I mean, how could I not? I bought the Switch, and everyone in the community has been pretty much talking about it to one degree or another. My viewers on stream ask me when I'm going to play it, my friends ask me if I'm going to get it, hell, even YouTube started recommending Splatoon 2 videos to me. I couldn't escape it. So I pre-ordered it and got excited. I didn't have the Wii U for the first Splatoon, so I felt like I really missed out. But this time, yes, this time, I'd be at the forefront of the whole experience. So, it's now release day. I download my copy of Splatoon 2, turn on my streaming software, and I jump right in. What do I see? What do I get? Well, in my opinion, one of the worst things a game can be. It's entirely and totally okay. So with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about what the game has to offer before we continue down that first thought. Splatoon 2 is a AAA Nintendo title that was released on July 21st of 2017. Nintendo, like with everything else they do, found a way to make a shooter of all genres kid-friendly. The main objective of the game, in almost any of its game modes, is to shoot, splat, and spray your ink onto as much of the ground as possible. Let's start with the single-player story mode first. Here in this roughly 7-hour-long campaign, you are tasked with defeating the Octarians. Each level will have you learning new abilities and new things you can do, whether it's with weapons or movement. And the teaching pretty much doesn't stop the entire time, leading the story mode to feel almost like an extended tutorial. However, once in a while, you'll come across a boss that is truly unique, fun, and engaging. These battles against the bosses makes me almost dislike the game even more though, as it lets me look into the game and see that there was real potential here. There is something truly creative and fun to be had, but Nintendo's insistence on pushing Splatoon 2 into an e-sport I feel has wounded and stifled what chances this game had. Let's move on to multiplayer, as that is Splatoon 2's biggest selling point after all. Let's start with what I like, as it's a much shorter list, and then we'll finish with what I dislike. The game runs at a super smooth and constant and dependable 60 frames per second, and it looks great. That's pretty much it. Now on to the negatives. First and foremost, why in the living hell can I not party up with my friends prior to joining a match-made game? Come on, Nintendo, this has been an industry standard since like, I don't know, Halo 2, maybe even before? No, instead I have to join a random match-made game and hope that my friends can get in between matches quick enough before the randoms join in and try to play with their friends. I played for nearly 2 hours on stream, and by the end, I finally gotten 2 or maybe 3 people in that wanted to play with me the entire time. It's 2017, and this is completely inexcusable. This can and hopefully will be patched later. And to top it all off, anytime you'd like to purchase new equipment or gear such as weapons and the like, you have to back out to the main menu, leaving the multiplayer altogether to then purchase your new stuff. Then you have to go back into the online multiplayer lobbies and start the process of trying to play with your friends all over again.
I don't want to do voice. Like, how do I just play with people? Regular battle, play turf war with players from all over the world. Like, how do I, like, start a lobby? And then, like, we go into battle together. Like, how do I invite you guys and then we start matchmaking together? How do we do that? Set the mode, stage, and team. And okay, I don't want to do private because I want to level up. If we go to private battle, that's just, yeah, that's just for us. I want to get like 3 of you with me to form a team and then go into online matchmaking. How do we do that? Yeah, see, this is making it, I have to fill the game up with my friends. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to, like every other shooter, please tell me that there has to be a way to get a couple friends with you and play matchmaking. Please tell me that is a thing that you can do in this game. Please tell me that is a thing that you can do in this game. Just join a normal battle, then your friends can join. Okay. Alright. Let's try to join me, guys. I guess. Is this really how it has to... You're kidding me, right? Because I don't know if a single person here is from my friends list. There's no way Is there really no way to just lobby up with your friends and go into matchmaking? Really? You're kidding me right now, right? You're kidding me. I want you to be able to join, Andy. I want you to be able to join, but Nintendo doesn't understand how multiplayer works.
You know how I said earlier the game looks great? Well, I only know that because I stopped deliberately to look around for a few moments. Otherwise, you never know because the whole concept of the game almost forces you to either look at the ground or look at a wall. Speaking of walls, why in the hell are the walls not worth points when you ink them? It literally makes no sense, especially since the game tries pretty hard to have a good amount of verticality. Making walls worth points just seems kind of like a given, and something I was doing on stream only to be told by my viewers that I was just wasting my time. I'll be completely honest, Splatoon 2 feels like it should be a mini-game in order to kill some time or spice things up in a Mario Party game. It doesn't feel like it should have its own franchise and dedicated games. And just like mini-games from Mario Party, after about 5 to 10 minutes worth of them, they get stale and boring even. There is, however, a lot of new weapons to unlock with in-game currency and level progression. Each one offering their own unique ways of doing the same exact thing every other weapon does. This one shoots fast, this one shoots slow, this one shoots narrow, this one explodes. None of the weapons really feel too different, except for maybe the roller, which it seems like 75% of the community uses, or the cheap sniper that the pros use. There's also some goofy and legitimately fun looking gear you can buy in the game. Cool hats, shoes, shirts, and glasses, each one offering a particular buff based on the clothing, that you can literally almost tell zero difference whether or not you have it equipped. Finally, let's talk about Salmon Run. This game mode is awesome! Can't believe it, but I figured I'd end this on a high note here. Salmon Run is Splatoon 2's Horde mode, essentially. Take on ever-increasingly difficult waves and bosses while performing easy and simple tasks and objectives. You can team up with your friends to play or join in with randoms. This mode right here might just be enough to make the whole package feel worth it. But they screwed this one up somehow too. Father Nintendo dictates when you can have fun, and so because of this, Salmon Run is only available during certain times on certain days. What complete and total bullcrap. Splatoon 2 feels like a half-baked game that was squirted out in an attempt to show that Nintendo can make competitive games too. However, in their narrow focus on that, they killed what I think could have been a fantastic game. I wish so deeply that they would have focused more on the single player, expand the bosses, and show us the creativity that I know the game could have. But instead we get a generic feeling, shallow experience that I know I will get loads of hate for hating on. Because, like a joke that everyone gets but me, I just don't understand the lore of this game. It's not a good shooter, it's not a good platformer, it's not a good single player game, and it lacks any real depth for multiplayer. A handful of game modes that all feel roughly the same in a short, lackluster campaign, and a concept that would be better served as a fun little party game than a full retail priced game. So, at the end of it all, while I don't hate Splatoon 2, it feels like a major letdown on what I've come to expect from Nintendo and their quality of games. Splatoon 2 is the most meh game I've played in a long time. So my final score for Splatoon 2 is a 5 out of 10, a generic shooter that you'll likely get bored of fairly quickly and want something with more meat on its bones. Sort of like Marina. That's some good meat. I hope you enjoyed my review for Splatoon 2. If you did, please click that thumbs up button and subscribe to stay up to date with my latest reviews and live streams. Well, until next time guys.